Hello and welcome, Sam Pose and Yoga. We have a 45 minutes practice approximately. So let's start off here in Balasana. So come with your hands to the front of the mat, toes together and your knees out to the side. And then try to dig into yourself here, your inner self. Come into your breath. Use your breath as an anchor, supporting you, helping you to come back and be present in this moment, to clear any incoming thoughts away, which they arise all the time. And then you can walk with your left hand out to your left side, putting your right hand on top, feeling a nice stretch on your right side. And take one inhale and exhale, and then we walk to the other side. Right side, putting your left hand on top, feeling a nice stretch on your left side. And take one inhale, exhale, and then walk back to the center of your mat. Come up on our floor, it'll be Narasana, and then we inhale to a cow pose, arching our spine, exhaling to cat pose. Take two further, maybe in your own breath, or you can follow me. Exhale to cat, inhale to cow. Coming back to neutral. Then inhale your left arm forward and your right leg back. Then exhale, elbow and knee together. Inhale forward. Exhale together. Inhale. Exhale. And then you take your left hand back, reaching your right feet and stretch that leg up towards the ceiling in a tiger pose, looking forward. Two further breaths. And then bring that knee to the floor. Inhale your left arm up and under your right shoulder and head on the floor, and maybe coming up with your fingertips on your other hand and moving towards the ceiling, past your armpit. Take an inhale and exhale, and then inhale, left arm back towards the ceiling and put the left arm on the floor, and then we take the other side. Inhale, right arm forward and left leg back. Exhale, elbow knee together. And take two more here. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Right arm back, reaching out for the left. And stretching that leg out towards the ceiling in tiger pose. Take two more breaths. Looking forward. And then let that knee come back to the floor. Inhale, right arm up and under and threading the needle. Head and shoulder on the floor. And maybe coming up on fingertips on your left hand, looking to the ceiling. Take an inhale and exhale. Inhale, right arm up towards the ceiling, putting that arm on the floor. And then we come in at plank pose. And exhale down to Chaturanga. And here we inhale up in a cobra, little baby cobra. Exhale down. Inhale up, maybe a little further up. Exhale down, and next time we come up, we look over to our left side. Maybe you can see the left feet. Take an inhale. Exhale down. Inhale up. And then looking to your right side, looking for the right feet. Inhale. And exhale back down. From here we go to Shalabhasana. Stretch your arms along the torso, palms upwards the ceiling. Put your big toes together and your feet and your legs. Then inhale up. And the arms up. So they are about parallel to the floor. And we stay here for a count of 3, 2, 1, and coming back down to the floor. Take the hands forward around your chest, and then you can come up in a cobra or an up dog. Inhale up. Exhale, pushing yourself back. Put your hands on the floor to down dog. Stretch those knees. Tighten the kneecaps. Stretch the legs. And push yourself back with your hands on your mat. Relaxing your neck and gaze straight back. If you want to walk the dog, then you can do that. Releasing any tension that should be in your, maybe in your hamstrings, on your back of your legs. And take 2 further more breath. And then you can walk or you can jump forward. And inhaling up in a half forward fold. And relaxing your neck. Exhale down. And then inhale both arms up, palms together, coming up on tiptoes. Take 2 breaths here. Back. Bring your palms down to your sternum, to your chest. And back down along the side of your torso in Tadasana. And then you can try to come back again to your own breath, feeling yourself inside, wiping any incoming thoughts away, staying present here in this moment. From here we go to sun salutations. So inhale your arms forward, bend your knees in a chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale out to neutral spine. And exhale back to Chaturanga and to the mat. Inhale up. And exhale back to down dog. Take 2 breaths here. And then inhale. Left leg forward, hands in the air in a lunge pose. Exhale to the mat, Chaturanga and down. Inhale up, and push yourself back to down dog. 2 breaths here. Then inhale, right leg forward. Hands in the air and lunge on the other side. Hands to the mat, exhale down. Inhale up. And push yourself back. Down dog. And then you can walk or jump forward. Inhale up to neutral spine. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. And inhale in chair pose. Coming up, arms together. Prayers pose. we take 2 more of those sun salutation B or 2, and we follow this time our breath. So every movement we have an inhale or an exhale. So inhale, arms forward, bend your knees. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, up. Exhale, jump. Come back here. And inhale, up. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg front and up. Exhale, down chaturanga. Inhale, up. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg forward and arms up. Exhale, hands on the floor and chaturanga and down. Inhale, up. And exhale, down dog. Jump or walk forward. Inhale, half left. Exhale, down. Inhale, chair pose. And up, arms together. Exhale, prayers pose. We stay here for 2 breaths. And then we take the last time, following the breath. So get ready here. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, forward. Inhale, half left. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, leg forward. Hands in the air. Exhale, chaturanga and down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, the other leg forward. Exhale, chaturanga and down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down dog. Jump or walk forward. Inhale, half left. Exhale, down. Inhale, chair pose. Arms together. Exhale, prayers pose. And come back. Tadasana. Before we come to the next, you can take a sip of water if needed. You take 2 breaths here. Start with Vinyasa here in the next. So inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, chaturanga and down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down dog. And take 2 breaths here. And let this be an active position here for you. So pushing yourself back with your hands. If I was there with you and was trying to take up your fingers, I wouldn't be able to do it because you were really tied down to your mat. So take an inhale on your left leg. Come forward. Back leg 60 degrees. Hips squared into the front. Hands up. Maybe palms together. And you can look up past your thumbs in a warrior 1. Virabhadrasana 1. Take an inhale and exhale and come out in a warrior 2. Back leg parallel with the short side of the mat. Hands parallel with each other. Check that out. And look forward. Cross your left hand. Palms pointing downwards. Biceps pointing upwards. Take that one inhale. Exhale and put your right hand on your right thigh, palms pointing upwards. And take your left hand over you. Point that palm downward. Stretch both arms. And checking out that your knee here are in line, knee over your heel. And take an inhale. And exhale back to a Astavakrasana, putting your elbow on your knee, stretching your right hand over, making that a straight line here from your arms to your thigh. And if you want to go further, then you can also bind. Take that asana which is appropriate for you. And we go back here again. And from here we stretch our front leg. Put our left hand on the floor on your shin. Stretching the right hand over in a Trikonasana. And if you want to out-rotate your shoulder, you can rotate that palms forward to your front leg. Looking up to your hand. Take an inhale and an exhale, and then you bend your front leg. Put your left hand just in front of your left feet. Put your right hand in your hip and take that right leg up, finding your balance. And maybe you straighten your arms up towards the ceiling if you find the balance. Otherwise you can let it stay here. And then again you can point that palm forward, out rotating your shoulder and straighten the back leg. And if you want to go further, you can come up on your fingertips. Maybe you will come up shortly from the floor and then going out in a wide standing pose. Hand on your hip at the beginning, and then you can search your hands to the floor and search your head towards the floor. And either you stand here with your hands towards the floor. You can help with a block also. Try to straighten your spine. And if you have headstand in your practice, then you're also much welcome to come in a tripod headstand. And again, move inward on yourself, wiping any incoming thoughts away. And if you are on a tripod headstand, then come back, place your feet on the floor, and then all of us will take our hands to the front in a wide-legged down dog. Take a couple of breaths. And then go hands back to the center and come back to Chaturanga. Down. Inhale up. And exhale to down dog. Take 2 breaths here before we take the other side. So inhale your right leg up, push it forward towards your hands, back leg 60 degrees, coming up in a warrior 1, maybe palms together, maybe not. And look up past your thumbs. And then take 1 inhale and exhale to a warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2, back leg parallel with the short side of the mat, hands parallel. And look forward to your right hand. And take 1 inhale And exhale and put your left hand on your left thigh, palms pointing upward. And take your right hand over. And that hand, palm is pointing downward. Making sure that your leg here still are over your knees still over your heel. Straighten both arms. And then coming back with your right elbow on your right knee. Inhaling your left arm over. Making a nice alignment from your arm to your thigh. And not squeezing too much here on your elbow and knee. And then again, if you want to bind, if you want to further on, then you can bind. I will go back. Stay in this position and looking up to my left hand. And take an inhale. And exhale, straighten the front leg. Putting your right arm on the floor, on your shin. And pointing the left hand up towards the ceiling. And again, you can turn and out rotate your shoulder by placing your arms forward to your front leg and looking up to that left arm. And from here we go to Chandrasana, so bend the front leg. Putting your right arm in front of your right leg, left hand in your hip, and lifting the back leg, finding your balance again. You might stay here with your left hand in your hip. If you want to go further, you can stretch that arm up towards the ceiling. And again, I'll rotate your shoulder by placing the palms at the front, stretching the back leg so it's slightly higher than your hip. And if you want to go further, you can come up with your fingertips and maybe just shortly coming off the floor and coming back to wide-legged standing pose. And here this time we take our hands to the back, interlace our fingers and trying to see if we can press those palms together, searching the head towards the floor, staying here for 3 breaths. And again, you can be into yourself by coming back to your breath, wiping any incoming thoughts away. And then you release your hands, bring those down to the floor. And then we come over to the right side by putting our hands on the floor in the beginning. If you want to go further, you can take those hands up in a prayer pose, straighten your spine, and then moving to the other side. If that's too heavy, put your hands on the floor. Do what is good and necessary for you. Don't be harsh with yourself. Listen to your body. Then we just come over to the other side. And move back again. Put our hands on the floor. Exhale to Chaturanga. Down. Inhale up. And come back to down dog. Take a couple of breaths. If it's too heavy for you, you can also come down in child's pose. Always listen to your body. And from here, we jump in between our hands, come down sitting. Come back to Narasana. Come into your sitting bones. Straighten your spine. And then we grab our left feet. Put the sole of the feet into our inner elbows. Take the left hand around, interlace the fingers, and we sit here in a baby cradle pose. Chest forward. Try to straighten the spine and flexing the front feet. Take 2 breaths here. And then you can start bending the right leg. So the sole of your right leg is parallel with the long side of the mat. And put your feet on your left feet on your right knee. And come forward here in a fire-lock pose. If it's too heavy and too much for you, then you can take your feet to the front here and come over. If you want to stay here in fire lock, you can also support yourself with a block and come forward. And every time you exhale, try to come a little further down. And you may release and put the block away if this is okay for you. You might also put your palms together and put your head on your hands. And take 2 breaths here. And exhale out of this pose. Come in Narasana, straighten the legs up and your arms. Chest forward. Take 2 breaths. And you can see if you can reach your toes, big toes. If not, then you can bend the legs and put your legs to the side, finding your balance. Chest forward. And again, come back to your breath. Together, and you can see you can push your legs forward to your chest, and when you release, see if they can stay there, and maybe a little higher. Narasana. Take 2 breaths here, and then put the feet down again. Come back to Narasana, sitting bones. Then we take our right foot and put the sole of the foot to the inside of our elbows, putting our right arm around and interlacing the fingers. And we have baby cradle pose on the other side. We'd like to open up our hips here in our pig pose called Astavakrasana. 8 bend or 8 crooks pose. Working those hips here. And then we bend the left leg. Again, parallel with the long side of the mat. And put the right feet on top of our left knee. And again, if needed, you can put the feet to the front. You can support with a block if needed. Then we come up on our sit bones and move forward here in fire lock pose. And again, we are working on the hips in order to open up to Astavakrasana. Alright, put your palms together and your head on top. Take a couple of breaths. Exhale out of the pose, again back to Narasana. And this time we will go down on our lower back in a half Narasana. Inhaling up again. Exhaling down. Inhale up. And coming back to Narasana. And here we come into Narasana. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Narasana. If needed, you can bend the legs in the beginning. Then we come in a archer's pose. And we just do our best here, so listen to your body. Inhale, left feet up. And take that back. And it actually needed, or what is supposed to, is that your big toe is reaching your ear. I cannot do that. And you can try if you can, but again, listen to your body here. Take 2 breaths. And then exhale out. Paschimottanasana, relax. Then we take the other leg. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale back. See if you can reach the ear. If not, it's okay. Take 2 further breaths. And coming back, Paschimottanasana. Now we come into our peak pose, Astavakrasana. A little tale for that was when Astavakra, which he was later on called, because he was not born yet in his mother's womb. His father was supposed to recite the Vedas, but he did not do that correctly. So the unborn child laughed and his father cursed him. So he should have 8 crooks or 8 bent, 8 different handicaps, and he was born like that. But later on he became the guru of Yanaka, and that made that his father blessed him. So his deformities, they disappeared. But let's go back to Astavakrasana. We take our left leg, put our right hand on front shoulder of the foot, and put it up on top of our shoulder, if possible, as high as possible here, on our shoulder, and see if you can press it in so it will stay there. And then we try to come up on our hands and put the right feet around and squeeze the legs out to the side. Look to the left side, and you can look forward and see if you can come forward here in a pose like we are in a, I forgot the name, but I will tell you later. And come back out of the pose, and you can stretch the legs, coming back to the Narasana, and we take the right leg. So take the sole of the foot on the right with our left, and put that right arm under, over our shoulder, and see if it can stay there. Sometimes it will be a little slippery. Then come up on your hands and put your other leg round and come forward, look to the side, and look forward to the camera and smile. And come back again. And then we go back and stay here in down dog. And again, if it's too heavy, you can come in child's pose. So do what is needed for you. We will stay here and further 2 breaths. When we look forward in Astavakrasana, I was thinking that it should be Chaturanga Dandasana, so staying there in that direction. But inhale, left leg up, And put your left leg into your left wrist, around that, and put your left hand in your left thigh, and take with your right hand back, and reach your inner foot, your inner right foot, and then you can see if you can balance here and take with your left hand on your right shoulder, and then you can gradually take that right hand around on the inner outer side of your foot, and take your left hand back and reach that foot, and press that heel into your buttocks, and see if you can arch a bit here in your spine, a little back bend, and a pigeon pose. Then you can release that foot, coming into a sleeping pigeon or sleeping swan. But see here again, be aware of your knee. Should not have any damaged knees here, so you can see if you can put in a different position your feet, and then come forward, coming over your leg, finding a nice relaxed position, feeling a nice stretch here on your left hip. And then take 3 further breaths. Coming out of the pose, hands back, and take your right leg to the front, and your left sole of the feet in your thigh. Inhale, arms up, come over your right leg, and you might take with your both hands on your feet, or you can take on the outside with your left hand and supporting, maybe stretching further over your right knee. Every time you exhale, you might see that you will come down a little deeper in your pose. And come out of the pose. Take the sole of your feet on your left feet, left foot, and then you can make a fist here and make some distance between your thigh and your heel, and then take your left hand on the inside and around, bending, binding your hands, flexing your front foot, and then release, and we make a pigeon pose on the other side. So let's stay on with your right knee and your right leg. And then again, take your right hand on your right thigh and take back with your left hand on the inner side of your left feet. And then you can take your hand over to your left shoulder. And then again, gradually going around with your fingers to the outside of your foot. And taking your right hand around, grabbing the foot and pressing the heel towards your buttocks, and making a slight back bend, arching your spine, and then you can release that foot to the floor, and coming forward, checking your knee is correct positioning so it's not hurting you, and then finding a nice place where you have a Nice stretch on your right hip. And staying here for 3 breaths. And coming back. This time you take your left feet to the front. Take your right sole of the foot in your left thigh. Inhale up and bend over here in Narasana. Maybe both hands on the feet. Or you can take your right hand on the outside of your foot. Then coming over the pose and putting your right sole of the foot in the floor, and again making a fist, some distance between your thigh and your heel. Take with your right hand on the inner side of your right leg, binding around, and taking your left hand back and squeezing around, flexing the front foot. Take a couple of breaths. Releasing. And here we come in. Happy baby. Taking your hands on the inside of your thighs, on the outside of your feet. And coming down on the floor. Taking the feet to the outside of your mat. Pressing down. And every time you exhale, see if you can straighten that spine so you will feel the spine on the whole side of your mat, especially your lower back, relaxing your spine. And again, come back to your own natural breath, feeling yourself, wiping any outgoing thoughts away. And then you can straighten the right leg and taking with your left hand on your left big toe, with your thumb and 2 fingers, stretching the feet up towards the ceiling, towards yourself, and then let it come over to the left side. Staying here just shortly. And then you inhale up again. You take with your right hand on the outside of the feet and put it over to your right side. The left hand go over your head and you put that over to the left. And you look over to that left hand and see if you can have that left shoulder in the floor. Just relax, straighten your leg. We come to the last part of our journey. So we just do that for the other side also. Then we're now in Shavasana. So take your left hand over, straighten the leg towards the ceiling. And you can take with both arms to stretch out the leg. Then let it just slide down. And then we take the other leg, right hand on the right big toe. Straighten it up. Over to the right side. Just shortly here. Then up again. Take the left hand on the outside of the right leg. Roll it over to the left. Take your right hand over your head and point over to your right side. Straighten the leg and look into your right hand. Relaxing your shoulder down to your mat. Just stay here for short before we come into a nice Shavasana. Take the feet over again and up. Take with your both hands on your back, your feet, and let it fall down. Let your feet fall out to the side of your mat. Take your hands out, palms pointing upward in Shavasana, and then just again trying to relax, feel that your head is a nice, comfortable position. Release any tension around your forehead, around your jaw. Release any tension at your shoulder, let it fall down to the mat. Your hands, your arms. Just feel that natural breath of yours. Inhale, exhale. Just feel that any tension is disappearing, going away from you. You're relaxing in your hip, thighs, feet, toes, sole of the feet. And if you want to stay further here in Shavasana, just do so. I will just easily roll over to my right side. Eyes a little closed still, resting my head on my hands, and then supporting with my left hand on the floor, coming up sitting, easy pose, putting my hands and palms together in a Namaste. Namaste. Thank you for now. If you like this practice, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, you are very much welcome. Please also see the peak pose was Astavakrasana for this time. It is also on the side shown in a more detailed version. Thank you for now. Have a nice day.